Hey everyone, I'm Kevin with Victory 4x4. In this video, we're going to be installing our center console MOLLE panels on this 3rd gen Toyota Tundra. So we're going to start things off over here on the driver's side. You can see kind of roughly how I have this panel oriented. That's how it's going to be placed up here against the center console. Basically what you're going to do is begin by kind of lining up this bottom corner here with the corner of the plastic on the center console, and then pay attention to this back hole here as well as the top edge. You're basically going to be looking to get that kind of parallel with this seam here. So using those 2 points and then just kind of roughly eyeballing the front to make sure you're not getting too close up there and that you're going to have adequate space here to get a screw and spacer in. You can get this positioned where you want it. Once you have it positioned, you can just grab a sharp prick point punch like I have here, and trying to hold the panel as steady as possible, we're just going to mark each of these hole locations. You could also possibly do this with like a silver Sharpie marker or something that's going to show up here on the console. And then just given the distance that we have up here on this top one, I'm going to start by just getting these 3 in place, and then I'll come back and finish that one off here in just a minute. So with the panel dropped out of the way, kind of depending on the size and how sharp your punch is, you may be able to just go back into those marks and kind of carefully work your punch through the plastic. I'm able to just kind of open those up a little bit and make those marks a little more defined. And then I'm actually going to come back with just a small 1/16 inch drill bit right here. And I'm just going to very carefully, making sure to only go through this plastic layer, drill a small pilot hole at each of these locations. So now that we have our pilot holes drilled, I'm going to grab again the panel and then one of the coarse thread screws and one of the short spacers provided in the bolt pack. I'm just going to start up here in this top corner, pushing the screw through, putting the spacer on the back side, and then grabbing a Phillips screwdriver to get this started. Now these coarse thread screws should grab pretty easily in this plastic, so I'm just going to kind of get each of these started. Then we'll finish off this 3rd hole and come back and tighten everything up. So at these other locations, again, another short spacer and a coarse thread screw. So now with these 3 started, I'm just going to come back and kind of repeat that process here at the top. So I will make a nice mark with my punch. Kind of use that as a guide along with the panel itself to start a pilot hole with the drill. And then up here we're going to grab the long black spacer and the long coarse thread screw, and just like down there, spacer behind, screw through the outside, and grab your Phillips screwdriver to get this started. Then once you have all 4 started, it's just a matter of going through and tightening these up. Now just use a little bit of caution here because you are threading these into plastic. However, these coarse thread screws grab pretty good. So just kind of take your time, make sure you're not stripping these out. Then we can go repeat this process over on the other side. So here on the passenger side, we're not going to repeat all those same steps on video. However, the installation is pretty much exactly the same. The only real difference being the passenger side doesn't share that same leg relief cutout that the driver's side has along this radius. So you're just not going to have that surface to help you visually align the panel when getting it installed. So with that being said, you're still going to be looking to make the panel parallel to the seam up here, as well as the bottom of the plastic trim, and then you can kind of just use these two lines up here as a guide as well. So that's it for this install. If you have any questions about this product or any other Victory 4x4 product, feel free to reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@victory4x4.com or give us a call at 269-459-8447.